Dreamforce. It's our biggest event of the year, and this year, instead of you coming to Dreamforce is coming to you. With a celebratory keynote, a week-long event, and personalized meetings, this year's Dreamforce will be a chance to come together, share stories from this challenging year, and celebrate companies who are succeeding in our new work from anywhere world. And that's just what we'll be doing in our special Leading Through Change Dreamforce series. Over the next month, we'll be supercharging our Leading Through Change shows as we build up to Mark Benioff's keynote on December 2nd and Dream TX later next month. It all starts today with a special episode featuring the story of how Hilti accelerated its global rollout of Salesforce CRM to move quickly, prioritize digital transformation, and gain a 360 view of their customers. Good morning. I'm Linda Aiello, and welcome to this special Leading Through Change Dreamforce Edition episode. A chance for you to hear from leaders who are doing the best to get through these challenging times and support their communities. Before I hand it over to my colleague, Polly Sumner, I want to preview the next hour. Polly will be interviewing Kahn, Executive Board Member of Hilti Group, to discuss how Hilti accelerated its global rollout of Customer 360, the world's #1 CRM, to unite their departments and company data with a single source of truth and connect to customers in more intelligent ways. We'll then dive into a special demo, discover how ELF Cosmetics, ELF Cosmetics, partners with Salesforce to connect with their customers across every touch point on a retail buyer's journey through the lens of one of ELF's customers, from marketing to commerce to service. This end-to-end journey of the customer shows the power of the customer 360 from Salesforce, empowering ELF to connect with their customers in a whole new way. After that, we'll be treated to a really special performance by the one and only LT Smooth. So before we begin, make sure you go to dreamforce.com to stay up to date with all of our free, publicly available Dreamforce to You 2020 content. And while you're at it, subscribe to get the latest stories from the Salesforce blog every week at salesforce.com/signup. We talk to leading trailblazers, thought leaders, and customers to learn how they're putting the customer at the center of everything they do. And as we do every week on Leading Through Change, we want to help those who need it most. We're committed to doing everything we can to step up to the urgent challenge of slowing climate change and creating a sustainable, low-carbon future for all. We're proud to support American Forests, a nonprofit conservation organization building a reforestation movement in America, from cities to large rural landscapes. American Forests uses the latest climate science to pioneer new tactics to grow healthy, resilient forests. We'd love you to join us. Donate online at salesforce.com/trees. Again, that's salesforce.com/trees. And now it's my pleasure to introduce one of my favorite colleagues, Polly Sumner. Welcome, Polly.
Hi, Linda. It's great to see you.
Great to see you.
Yeah, super. Well, I'm certainly happy to be on the show today, and I wanted to thank all our viewers who've joined us today. And I'm super excited to introduce you to one of my favorite customers, which has been a great personal journey for me for several years in building out ways that they can connect to their own customers in a whole new way. So I'd like to introduce you to Kahn. And Avi's joining us from the executive board at Hilti. Welcome, Avi.
Hi, Polly. Thanks for having me on the show.
Super. So I thought maybe I could just start off with some questions. You know, maybe everybody that's on this show knows Hilti and then recognizes the 5 red letters. But then again, you know, maybe they don't. So I thought that it would be great if you could explain a little bit about Hilti and kind of educate us all about the company that you work for and the great mission that you have.
Yeah, happy to. Hilti is an 80-year-old family-owned company from the tiny Principality of Liechtenstein, a country of less than 35,000 people. From very humble beginnings, we have grown to an organization of 30,000 team members around the world and about 6 billion Swiss francs of sales every year. What makes Hilti very unique is the combination of being an innovative leader and bringing that innovation to our customers through a direct sales force. What we do is provide technology leading products, services, and software into the construction industry to help our customers be more productive and safer on job sites in more than 100 countries around the world every day.
Wow, that's great. Many of us, we participate by being occupants in the construction industry, but we just kind of watch with awe when the buildings go up and the rest of it. So what role does Hilti play? I mean, what about your products? What kinds of things would we see on a job site or should we be looking out for?
Sure. If you think about a typical commercial job sites like the Salesforce Tower in San Francisco, Hilti gets involved as early as in the planning phase, where we have products and objects that help engineers and architects and specifiers starting from the very beginning, whether they do it on paper or using building information modeling. And then we have the best products in the world for fastening and protection on the building, as well as drilling and demolition products. So we're known for the red Hilti box, the red toolbox, but we have much more than that that really helps our customers do their jobs in the best and safest way. And since our customers around the world are all wrestling with trying to improve their productivity, that's really the value proposition we bring into all types of construction.
That's awesome. And it's really incredible that I don't know. Maybe I just don't get the math, but it's amazing that you are from a country, your company is from a country that has 35,000 people and you have 30,000 employees. I mean, that's like just almost an impossible set of numbers. Congratulations for that. Now, I think we've all read in the paper and obviously we've witnessed as we go about our daily lives that there's a lot of change in the construction industry. Can you share how the COVID pandemic has impacted the industry and maybe give us some insights into what's going on?
Sure. I think, as you said, we all read and were aware even prior to COVID that there was a certain lag in productivity in the construction industry when you compare it, for example, to the industrial world. And we see real exciting movement with a lot of technology companies, a lot of startups tackling productivity in construction, from the way jobs are planned to the way they're executed to the way they're tracked and completed and documented over time. And we're very excited to be a part of that with our customers and with our own innovation that we're bringing. And we believe we will start to see leaps and bounds in productivity in construction in the years to come. Specific during the pandemic, of course, we were impacted and our customers were impacted like all companies and all individuals around the world. Because we operate in so many countries around the world, we had to respond and adjust, always keeping the safety of our team members top of mind and trying to find ways to stay close to our customers, even with the restrictions that were put in place. And we, as you know, Polly, had initially planned a 2-year rollout of our Salesforce deployment to our markets around the world. And we had to come together and decide, what do we want to do given the COVID crisis? Our salespeople could not go and make their calls in many geographies around the world. They didn't have access to job sites and offices, at least not the job sites that they were used to. There was a lot of financial and macroeconomic uncertainty in the world. And we really had to decide together with your team, what will we do moving forward?
Well, that's great. Certainly it's kind of a different definition for you than it is for me in the tech industry, because, we have the technology to work from home. And, I'm sure your salespeople are out at job sites. And if they can't go to the job site, what did they do? I mean, how did they get through it?
Yeah, and that was one of the biggest questions for us, is what do we do with this situation that was created? And do we want to see it as a threat or as an opportunity? One of my favorite saying is, never waste a good crisis. And we said to ourselves, what can we do not to waste this crisis? And certainly there was an option to pause the rollout of Salesforce. In March, we had only gone live in one country. So we could have said, let's pause it for financial reasons, for economic reasons. It's not the right time to roll such a significant change, and let's do it later on. We actually decided for the complete opposite. Together with our 10 region heads around the world, with my colleague that runs our EMEA regions, Europe, Middle East, and Africa, Joachim Sarda, and our head of strategic marketing that led this project, we actually decided that we are going to accelerate. We decided to take what was originally a more than 2-year process and condense it to 6 months. Based on the great support we had from Salesforce and also from our team, we call it Project Evolution, from our Evolution team, we were able to roll out much faster, almost entirely digital, about 95% digital. And we had a tremendous response from our team because now they had something to do. Now they were productive. Now they saw that we're investing into the future in a time where many companies are holding back and scaling back investments.
Wow, that is such a great example of leading through change. Congratulations. And I can tell you that it was, as I mentioned in the beginning, it was a really fun project and it's not over yet. So what's the reaction been? I mean, your salespeople came back to work in late July, and how's it going?
Yeah, I think to the system itself, the reaction is, of course, very positive. Salesforce, as you said in the opening, and as Linda said, we also believe it's the best CRM system in the world. Otherwise, we wouldn't have made the decision that we made. So together with the adaptations our teams made together to make it really work for our people and our business, we were confident we would get a positive response to the system itself and the user interface, and we're getting that. We also got a very positive response to the ability to roll out in the midst of a pandemic and challenging our old paradigms of what meetings have to be in person and what can also happen digitally. What we're really excited about is the response to the change management that comes with this change. For us, Project Evolution is not just about rolling out Salesforce as our new global CRM system. It's about using Salesforce as the enabler to move to an opportunity-oriented sales approach and to use the customer need, lead, and opportunity logic to advance our Salesforce into the digital age. And also for that, we have so far a very positive response. The adaptation of the system is going right according to our plan, in some cases even faster, but we also are realistic that there's a lot of change management ahead of us in the months to come.
Well, that's great, Avi. And you know what? The team shared with me a video that I thought would be really great for us to share with our viewers. And, you know, it's especially important to me because as the Chief Adoption Officer at Salesforce, I care what the users think. So could we roll that video and share Hilti's response or
Evolution.
C'est vraiment génial.
Es que es súper intuitivo.
What I love the most about Salesforce is the mobility.
It's lightning fast.
The evolution makes our work organized, smooth, and so professional.
It's like shopping online.
Loved it.
Puedo encontrar la información que busco de un solo clic.
And I can easily share this with all my colleagues globally.
And that saves me a lot of time.
We have a very user-friendly platform.
Tout le monde participe, tout le monde a la même information.
Leads, opportunities, and tasks are all updated in real time.
La collaboration entre équipes, c'est beaucoup plus facile.
It's going to make life so much easier.
Through 360 view,
we can invest more time, more effectively with our customers.
So far we have documented the past and now we are planning the future.
It's a performant, modern and more connected tool. It will help me to sell better, so thank you.
Mir taugt es total, dass meine Jungs so motiviert sind und das Projekt sicher cool umsetzen werden.
Ich freue mich auf die vielen Opportunities, die ihr generiert.
Criar clientes entusiasmados e construir futuro melhor.
We are 100% committed.
Evolution rocks!
Viva Evolution!
Avi, that's great. You know, I think everybody really appreciates that there's excitement and, you know, the initial experience that's new, and congratulations on that. But, you know, we also are kind of realistic around here, and the language of business is numbers. And it's, as you mentioned, about performance improvement. Could you share a couple of the early signs of performance improvement for that you're seeing And if you have any advice for the rest of our viewers, that would be great.
Sure. So some of the early signs we're seeing are really around system adoption and specifically the concept of leads that we introduced now. We wanted to see that the system is first and foremost being used, and that's being done on a daily basis by the vast majority of our people. So we're very happy about that. And that's also building on a very structured rollout program that we built. Even in this acceleration, we had a series of meetings, a series of trainings for our people to be ready for the moment of rollout. But we're seeing that our people are adapting to this new way of looking at their customers and looking at sales. They're creating leads out of customer needs that they're able to identify. They are accepting leads at a much faster rate than we had anticipated that come from their colleagues. Of course, one of the benefits of Salesforce is the ability to share and collaborate across the organization. And those leads are already being translated into opportunities. And we see already a fairly vibrant opportunity pipeline, even in this very, very early stage. If I were to give some advice, I believe one of the benefits of the relationship we've created between Hilti and Salesforce over the last 2-3 years is the ability to share and learn from each other. And we know some of the successful customers that have implemented Salesforce and wanted, like Hilti, to introduce for the first time an opportunity-oriented sales approach, realize that it's not a one and done approach. They realize that you have to really build a very professional approach to change management and to behavior management. So that's one advice that I would give. And then really bringing the team together to understand what a massive opportunity it is for you as a sales professional. We as a company are investing in an unprecedented way into the success of our almost 10,000 strong sales force around the world. And that's how we want them to see it. We want them to see it as an opportunity for them to work in a more collaborative way with each other, to be a better resource to their customers, and ultimately to be more successful.
That's great. You know, this story really inspires me, but there's a couple other things that inspire me about Hilti. And let's take a moment and talk about the people part of your culture. You know, diversity, and you shared with me some of the amazing things about that people might not think about when they think about the construction industry. Could you share a little bit about how you think about that and what you're doing about it at Hilti?
Sure. Thank you for that opportunity, Polly. You know, Hilti is driven to make a difference. We passionately create enthusiastic customers and build a better future. Salesforce is going to help us with the first part, to continue to, with very strong passion from our teams, be as close to our customers as possible and build enthusiastic customers. But we also want to play our role in building a better future. Being family owned and being owned by the Hilti Family Trust, they're Liechtenstein based, they still own all the shares of the company, allows us to not only think long term, but really play our part in building a better future. The Hilti Foundation is jointly funded by the Hilti family and the Hilti Group, and drives a lot of positive change in the area of affordable housing, in economic empowerment, and in education through music. I just think about your show today. You're going to feature LT Smooth, that really believes in giving a second chance. That's something our North American organization has done, partnering with City Square in Dallas to give people a second chance at a real career after having some rough beginnings. And you will have American Forestry, an over 100-year-old organization committing to sustainable forests in America. We have a very unique technology in bamboo that we source locally and process locally in the countries where we build, that allows people to realize the dream of home ownership in a very affordable way and in a very sustainable way. We don't have enough money at Hilti to fix all the world problems, so we really try in the foundation to find ways that are sustainable. And then you asked about diversity and inclusion. It's something we're very proud of. We drive a very inclusive way of work and a very inclusive management culture at Hilti, but our focus in diversity are on our 3G: gender, generation, and global diversity. You wouldn't think that a company operating in construction would make strides in gender diversity, for example, but we really are. And we're really excited to see how our team and our customers are responding to that. And we really do it for the simple reason that we believe it'll make us a better company. If we can attract more diverse talent and better talent into the organization, it'll simply make us a better company in the long run. And last but not least, we're also very committed to the environment. And next year in March, as part of our annual report release, we will also be very excited to communicate our new corporate sustainability strategy.
Well, that's great, Avi. Thank you for that. I love that we're aligned on some of those great values that you have as well. I just wonder if you could share with our viewers, you've had an amazing career at Hilti, and maybe you could just share like how that works as a family-run company. You know, you do a lot of promotion from within. I think that's a very interesting lesson for maybe for all of us to think about, especially in these times. Where do we find the talent inside our company? And you're just a great example of that. I think our viewers would be very interested in your story. Would you mind telling it?
Sure, happy to share that because I think it's a great Hilti story. Hilti is family owned, and that comes with a lot of benefits. But when you look at the people running the company, our board of directors, our executive board, our management teams around the world, they're excellent professionals that, for the most part, have grown and developed through the organization over a long period of time. I mentioned in the beginning that one of the uniquenesses of Hilti is a direct sales force. And when it comes to my personal journey, that's exactly how I started as an account manager in the San Francisco Bay Area, calling on construction customers every day, trying to identify their needs and match them with Hilti opportunities. I did that for 2.5 years, and I still feel today that it informs a lot of my decisions when I think about our salespeople and their work in the field every day. Then, out of my strong commitment to Hilti, I agreed to make the tremendous personal sacrifice of leaving San Francisco and moving to San Diego, California. So a real personal hardship. I'm kidding, of course. And to make matters even better, part of that region was also the islands of Hawaii. So as a sales manager, that's what I covered. The uniqueness of Hilti is when you become a manager for the first time, you get all the training and all the support you need to be successful. So at that step, I learned how to build motivating performance management plans with our people, how to properly interview, how to run effective meetings. A lot of those early trainings are still with me to this day. I was a sales director in Chicago in the Midwest through the recession from 2008 to 2010. So really years that really shaped me and my understanding of how we at Hilti can outperform also in difficult times. And then I spent 6 years as a general manager for our Canadian organization before my last job, where I spent 3 years as a region head and CEO for Hilti North America. And I was very excited at the beginning of the year to join our executive board. So for the people listening today, you might think like, Polly, that's a pretty cool story, or, you know, what an interesting guy. Maybe he's really smart. Maybe he's related to the Hilti family. Maybe he's really an excellent salesperson. The answer is actually no to all of these. I'm sure there's some of you watching today that are smarter than me and probably better with your sales skills that I have been, and I'm not related to the Hilti family. It's really a story about Hilti, as Polly said, because we do work very hard to identify internal talent and then invest into those people, invest into their success and their career development in every step of the way, including to when I became a general manager, where we have a general manager training program. Every step of the way, I got all the training and support to be successful. So we're very proud to promote from within. We've never hired an external CEO, and I don't see that in the foreseeable future. Our executive board and our executive management team and our entire senior management is primarily promoted from within. We, of course, hire senior people from the outside, but we then develop them internally, integrate them into our very strong corporate culture, and with that, make them part of our future and part of our success.
Well, that's awesome. So when I think about like some of the themes that we've touched on, you know, we talked a bit about culture, we talked about diversity, and I think one of the things that you are doing as a company is bringing more and more women into the construction industry. But as I've grown to know you and your business, you know, it's more than that. You've actually changed your product lines to support women in the business. Can you explain a little bit about that? And maybe we could use the example of a drill.
Sure. So, first of all, we're very excited about the progress we're making in diversity in all areas, in sales and engineering, in leadership and management. We have measured the impact and see the success of bringing more women into leadership. And we always say those women that find their way into leadership, they're in their role because they were the best candidate for that job. We don't promote based on gender, but we're making sure that everybody has the same chance to succeed. At Hilti, we'd like to think of ourselves as not only gender blind, and of course we would never discriminate, but also as gender brave and allowing everybody to have the same chance to succeed. And yes, now we have tools and technologies that everybody can demo, everybody can use. Where Hilti was known in the past for very heavy tools, as we move more into technology leading products and more into light duty products, anybody can demonstrate them to our customers. Anybody can master them. And we're very excited about the opportunity it affords us to have a more diverse workforce.
Well, that's great. And I had the pleasure of buying a Hilti drill. And I live on a ranch. And so let me tell you, when you live on a ranch, something is always broken. Whether it's a screw on your deck or, you need to repair a fence or something like that. So I really love my new Hilti drill. And it's certainly quite different than the big heavy one that my husband uses. And I can even drill into the ceiling, which, as you know, is one of the hardest things for people to do. And it's really hard to keep that drill bit straight when you're holding it above your head. So I think that's really awesome. I'm wondering, where do people buy Hilti drills? I mean, I don't see them at Home Depot. You said you have a direct sales organization. So if somebody wanted one of these drills, where would they go? Where do you find your products?
Sure. Hilti is, as I said, a company that deploys a direct sales force around the world. And the reason for that is we really target the commercial customer, the commercial contractor, the commercial engineering procurement firm in the industry and energy world, the commercial architect or engineer. That's really who we target, is medium, large size contractors around the world that can really benefit from the productivity and safety that our products bring. So one great way to engage with us is through our direct sales force, and their responsibility is to build those strong relationships with our customers and identify the customer needs and translate those into leads and opportunities that can be met with Hilti products. But you can also find us, of course, on our website, a very easy to use, very friendly website where anybody can purchase our products. We have a network of stores in many key cities around the US, Canada, and around the world, where customers can come in, see our products, experience them, and also buy them. And we operate them, of course, today in a very safe way. And last but not least, we also have customer service teams around the world that are available to answer questions, both by dialing an 800 number, but also with live web chat on our website. So there's multiple ways to interact with Hilti as a company.
Well, that's great. And certainly, I'm sure some of our viewers are now going to go find that Hilti store and get some demos and those kinds of things. And I can see clearly why you want a customer 360. So you can identify me when I come to the store, when I talk to your service agents, et cetera. And I'm proud to have that red bag that says Hilti on the side as well. So I'm kind of wondering, I think you shared with us a remarkable story about that, crisis is opportunity. And certainly the values of Hilti support that. But, everybody's learned something on a personal note about their own leadership style during COVID. And I was wondering if you could maybe share a couple of the insights or something that you've learned during this unprecedented time that you might want to share with the leaders that are watching today.
Yeah, I have to say, of course, I learned a lot about myself on my ability to work remotely, because I used to travel very heavily and always be very close to the people. And I'm forced to work in this way, the same way we're interacting today. And it took me time to adjust and find ways to be productive. And I had to do it in a way that also was productive for the other side that I'm interacting with. My biggest learning about our organization and our people leads me to be tremendously grateful at this point in time. our leadership teams around the world responded in such an admirable way to this crisis that none of us saw coming. We deployed out of our headquarters an international crisis team that really was responsible to provide the framework for crisis management. But really, it was up to each unit, each market organization that we have around the world, and each facility to really manage this situation. And I have to tell you, I learned so much about the strength of our culture and the quality of our leadership. We couldn't solve every single problem for them. We couldn't give them guidance for every one of those situations that arise with travel restrictions and keeping the safety of our people and staying close to our customers. And of course, still trying to perform amidst all these challenges. And I just learned that I always knew we had great leaders, but we have innovative leaders. We have resourceful and resilient leaders around the world. Together with my colleagues on the executive board, we are so grateful for the work of our leadership teams around the world in how they managed this crisis, how they protected our people. And now that we've also used the time to accelerate the rollout of Salesforce, we really feel we're enabling ourselves for a successful future, 2021 and beyond.
Well, that's great. And now I think I'm going to just start having to look around for what I could see inside every building that comes from Hilti. I guess most of it's hidden in the walls, that's for sure. But I think that it's just a great contribution. We get construction going back in a commercial world. And, there's tons of buildings that need to be retrofitted. We're going to have to space things differently, maybe think about the elevators. So I'm sort of bullish in an interesting way that construction will be one of the first rebounding industries. And I know based on your leadership and the leadership of others that will be great for Hilti. Before we go, is there anything else that you'd like to share with the audience today? And then we'll kind of hand it back to Linda.
Sure, just a couple of quick comments, and thanks again for having me today, Polly. First, I just expressed the gratitude to our people, our leaders around the world. I also want to specifically call out our evolution team. We call this Project Evolution because it's the evolution of our Salesforce, our sales and marketing, and bringing it really to the digital world. We didn't have so much time today to talk about how we deploy Salesforce engagement marketing and digital marketing capabilities. Perhaps that's for another day. But the acceleration of the rollout would not have been possible without the great work of that evolution team. That's, of course, comprised of Hilti team members, but also of Salesforce team members. It's one thing to decide that we want to take a 2-year process and condense it to just a few months. It's a completely different story to take a rollout that was planned to be primarily physical and do it digital, to do it in a very fast way in multiple countries around the world. And today we already have 9,000 live users in 45 different markets and more to come in the final wave that we will have in March. So I just want to express our gratitude. It only confirmed to us one more time that we made the right choice by choosing Salesforce as our partner, because the same excitement that we had from our people, we also had internally in our evolution team and from the Salesforce team. And then my final comment goes exactly in the direction of what you were talking about, Polly, with the opportunities in construction. We believe those opportunities are still out there. And what we see with Salesforce is enabling us to do exactly what we believe we do best at Hilti. We are the best at identifying what the customer needs are and matching those with Hilti products, services, and software to improve their safety and productivity on the job site. Along the way, you need a systematic way to manage that. And we believe the lead and opportunity logic that we're introducing now to our Salesforce is a big change, but it's a needed change to really drive what we've been doing for a very long time, but do it in a very systematic way that will increase our likelihood of success and allow us to provide more value to our customers. And that's why we're so excited to partner with you and your team.
Well, thank you, Avi. It's been a great journey that we've started together. It's going to keep on going, and it's a really amazing way to think about leadership. when you take digital marketing, match it up with sales, match it up with service, put the customer in the center, and try to build a whole 360 picture of that customer. And it's been a great journey so far. I think we have a lot more work to do, and Einstein's going to help us there, and some other things from Salesforce, MuleSoft, et cetera, and integration. And I just wanted to thank you and the entire Hilti team for your great cooperation and for your leadership in an industry that we're not in, but one where, you know, I think it's a great partnership. So thanks again. And
Thank you
back
very
to you,
much.
Linda.
Thanks so much, Polly and Avi, for such a great conversation. I loved hearing about the business, the evolution, and also a lot about your values and your culture. So thank you, Avi, for sharing with us so openly about all of that. And Polly, you're going to be invited over with your drill and a masonry bit. I have a project for you in my new home.
I'll be happy to help you.
Excellent. So now I'm excited to share another customer, and it's a customer who was previously on a Leading Through Change episode, who's utilizing the full power of the Customer 360, e.l.f. Cosmetics. So let's check it out.
e.l.f. partnered with Salesforce to personalize their customer journey, spanning across marketing, commerce, and service to ensure their customers were at the center of their business. And let's start with Julia. Julia is a 19-year-old, and like many girls her age, she spends a lot of time on social media, which is where she gets her first introduction to e.l.f. As she scrolls through her Instagram feed, she sees a post by social media influencer Kato, whom she follows and adores. She learns that Kato will be at a nearby e.l.f. store for a faux eyelash event, and she can meet Kato just by signing up for e.l.f.'s loyalty program, Beauty Squad, where she can earn rewards and get complimentary products. Julia is so excited and has to attend. After Julia signs up for Beauty Squad, e.l.f. is able to build on that loyalty. Marketing Cloud delivers a true one-on-one customer journey through email, digital advertising, and personalized offers to keep Julia up to date on e.l.f. products and events over time. So Julia attends the event, has a great time, and loves her eyelashes so much that she decides to go to e.l.f.'s website to see if they might be able to help her with a look for an upcoming wedding. So Julia navigates to e.l.f.'s beautiful and customer-centric website powered by Commerce Cloud on her mobile device. As Julia browses for makeup for her upcoming wedding, she notices that there's a voice icon in the search bar. And just by using her voice, she is able to search for one of her favorite products, long-lasting matte eyeshadow. So you can see how easy it was for Julia to browse items of interest and find what she wanted by checking out quickly and seamlessly. Now let's fast forward, and it looks like Julia has just gotten to A-lister status on the e.l.f. Beauty Squad. She's been busy exploring new makeup trends, applications, and more. Here we get to see she gets an email notification powered by Marketing Cloud informing her that she's just hit A-lister status. Julia opens up the notification and reads her email and sees that she is getting sent a free deluxe beauty set. She can see all of the products in the beauty set, but she has a question about one of the brushes, and with the power of the Beauty Bot, she can easily get her questions answered. The Beauty Bot, powered by Service Cloud Einstein, has unique value as it's built natively on Salesforce platform, meaning it's been integrated to all of e.l.f. CRM data and business processes. BeautyBot can see that Julia has a question about her beauty box that's on the way and asks Julia which of the products she has a question about. BeautyBot is able to share that it's a new eyeshadow brush loved by Beauty Squad members with her same shape of eyes. Julia then asks if there's any tips on how to use it. BeautyBot shares a YouTube knowledge video about the brush. What an awesome experience for Julia. She got the information she needed and very quickly. Now Julia has become e.l.f.'s own social media influencer by promoting her favorite e.l.f. products. Things have come full circle. And just like that, you've seen how e.l.f. Cosmetics customize the Salesforce Customer 360 for their business, connecting marketing, commerce, and service to put customers at the center of everything they do.
That was great. Now you all know the drill. If you want to see today's musical performance with LT Smooth, please go to Salesforce Live right now. That's salesforce.com/live. So if you're watching on Twitter, head over to Salesforce Live right now, salesforce.com/live. Welcome back. And now it's my pleasure to introduce one of our very favorites, LT Smooth. I hope you enjoy.
Well, you done me and I bet I felt it. You tried to be chill, so hot that I melted. I fell right through the cracks, and I'm trying to get back before the cool done ran out. Am I giving in my best and nothing's gonna stop me? Divine intervention, I'm just gonna take my turn to win some or learn some. I won't hesitate. No more, it cannot be. I'm yours, there's no need to complicate our time. Is sure this is our fate. I'm yours. Well, open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and then you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, love, love. Listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. Just one big family, God-forsaken right to be loved, love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours, there's no need to complicate our time. Is sure this is our fate. I'm yours. Oh, 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 oh. Spinning away too long, took my tongue in the mirror, bending her backwards just to try to get clearer. My breath fogged in the glass, so I drew a new face and laughed. I guess what I've been saying, there ain't no better reason to write yourself a melody than just to make the season is what we aim to do. The name is our virtue. I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours, there's no need to complicate our time. Is sure this is our fate. I'm yours. Oh, 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 oh. Open up your mind and see like me. Open up your plans and then you're free. Look into your heart and you'll find love, love, love. And listen to the music of the moment, people dance and sing. We're just one big family, a God-forsaken right to be loved, love, 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 love. So I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot wait. I'm yours, there's no need to complicate our time. Is sure this is our fate. I'm yours. Oh, 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 oh. There's a little song I wrote, you might wanna sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. In this life we have little troubles, but don't worry, don't make it double. Don't worry, be happy. Ooh, ooh, There's a little song I wrote, you might wanna sing it note for note. Don't worry, be happy. And in this life we have little troubles, but don't worry, don't make it double. Don't worry, be happy. When I wake up in the morning now, the sunlight hurts my eyes, and something without warning now bears heavy on my mind. When I look at you, the world is alright with me. Just one look at you, I know it's gonna be a lovely day, 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 lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems possible and fair, when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. When I look at you and the world is all right with me. Just one look at you, and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, 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 lovely day. When the day that lies ahead of me seems impossible to face, when someone else instead of me always seems to know the way. When I look at you and the world is all right with me, gonna be a lovely day, 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 lovely day. When I wake up in the morning now, sunlight hits my eyes, something without warm now is heavy on my mind. When I look at you and the world is alright with me, just one look at you and I know it's gonna be a lovely day, lovely day, lovely day, a lovely day, 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 lovely day.
Wow, that was amazing. And thank you all for joining us today. Before we wrap up, one more reminder to help us take care of our forests. If you can, please visit salesforce.com/trees to join us to support growing healthy, resilient forests with American Forests. If you found today's episode helpful, subscribe to get the latest stories from the Salesforce blog every week at salesforce.com/signup. We talk to leading trailblazers, thought leaders, and customers to learn how they're putting the customer at the center of everything they do. Subscribe now to stay informed with all of the latest info. And once again, go to dreamforce.com to stay up to date with all of our free, publicly available Dreamforce to You 2020 content. We'll be back with our next Leading Through Change Dreamforce edition on Thursday, November 12th at 10 a.m. Pacific time with a special episode featuring Cisco that will be hosted by our very own Brett Taylor. So please join us then. Until then, please take care of yourself and each other.
Sales Cloud lets you build business resilience and create growth with the world's #1 trusted sales solution. First, as a business leader, you can easily get insight into your business so you know where to focus your efforts and make decisions based on market changes. You can visualize and redistribute your customer territories, shifting your sales coverage to meet changing market demand. Then quickly update sales processes to adapt to change with drag-and-drop tools and scale to sales reps instantly. So your sales team develops the new skills they need based on proven best practices, allowing your team to work more efficiently from anywhere. Also, sales reps can manage deals from a single workspace and track every customer interaction from a single source of truth, the Customer 360, powered by AI to boost productivity and guide deals forward, while configuring the deal to meet every customer need with flexible pricing, terms, and payment methods. Lastly, scale your business through partners, bringing them up to speed quickly so they can start to close deals just as fast. Quickly adapt and build business resilience and growth from anywhere with Sales Cloud.